Hey folks, my name is Jürgen, aka Nerd and Proud of It, and Destiny has brought you to my channel today, so you can watch and enjoy my review of The Mandalorian and Grogu. Hopefully you will enjoy it, I will do my best. I saw the movie a couple of weeks ago at a Disney press screening, and I wasn't allowed to talk about it yet until today, 19th of May 1500 CET. That is when the embargo ends. I finally am able to let you know what I think about The Mandalorian and Grogu, and I'm very excited to do so. I will keep this video spoiler free, I will keep this review spoiler free, with a little side note. I have a couple of stills, screenshots, posters and trailers from the Disney press world, and I might use them throughout the video to illustrate some of the things I talk about. They might include characters you don't want to see, so please be aware of that. In general, I love the Mandalorian TV show. I really enjoyed the first and the second season. Third season got a bit out of hand for me, got a bit too big, because what I really liked is that the first and the second season are like contained stories within a bigger universe, obviously, but stories that you can follow, stories that have a beginning and an end and are more or less not as big and crazy as some of the other stories. Like a fight against one walker, to me, is sometimes better than a fight against a whole army of walkers, like in season 1 or 2. The walker, I believe, was in season 2, and the TIE fighter was end of season 1, right? These are not spoilers. This is not about the movie. This is a short impression of myself of the series, which I really enjoyed, just to give you that as a background. I also am very happy that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have written the script for the movie and that Jon Favreau is directing, because I really love his work. Not only Iron Man, but a lot of other stuff as well. And of course, he has been spearheading together with Filoni the Mandalorian show, and I think they did a great job there. Let's jump in what the movie is about. So the movie drops us into the action right away. It is a big intro, it is a fantastic intro, I really enjoyed it. You will see what I mean within the first 5 minutes of the movie. But the Mandalorian is out there collecting bounty for rogue Imperial officers, and he brings that bounty back to Colonel Ward, played by Sigourney Weaver, which I think is a fantastic addition to the Star Wars universe, because obviously she is a sci-fi icon, and I always love, since Aliens is my favorite movie, and since I've seen the early Aliens movies and Ghostbusters with her, I've been totally in love with Sigourney Weaver, and I think she's fantastic. So as Colonel Ward, a bit sarcastic but pretty cool and pretty down to earth and busting the Mandalorian's balls, she's the perfect addition to this movie. So he is collecting bounty by hunting down Imperial officers. Grogu is joining him, and you right away see that the interaction between the both of them is really like an interaction of father and son, and I really love that, and I think that is done very well. Mando and Grogu picks up where the series left us, and I think that's a good thing, because we know the characters, we know how they interact, and the movie actually evolves that, takes that a step further, and I think that is very well done. Colonel Ward offers Mando another bounty after delivering the first one after the spectacular intro, which is really cool, like I said, but she offers him another bounty and the movie goes from there. I also said that the movie is kind of contained, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's a small story in a big world, and I personally enjoy that. I think that is good. Too big sometimes is too much, and The Mandalorian and Grogu doesn't make that mistake. It's focusing on The Mandalorian and on Grogu, on both of them, on their relationship, and the story and the action and the adventure begins based on that. There will be a lot of action and adventure and a very cool and also a little bit of a funny story, throughout the movie. So prepare for a lot of cool stuff happening, which is obviously fan pleasing, but as a fan, I don't complain about that at all. I think what we should mention is that throughout the movie, these action sequences dominate. So the movie is very fast paced, and I enjoy that a lot. But at a certain moment, or a couple of certain moments, it brings the pace back to a slower pace, and that is good as well because we get to take a breath and we get to enjoy the characters. And not only Mando and Grogu, but a lot of other characters as well we know from the Star Wars universe. So, overall, the build up towards a spectacular finale is done really well. Fast paced where needed, slow paced where needed as well. And throughout the build up, we will see Mando and Grogu doing assignments and stumbling from one assignment into another. Classical adventure story. You have to do this to get there, and to get there, you actually first have to do the other thing. And the whole movie is kind of built on that as well, and sometimes that's really funny and cool, especially with a lot of characters that you know if you are a Star Wars fan. If you're not a Star Wars fan, that's cool as well, because those characters stand on their own, obviously. The overall look and feel of the movie is a bit difficult to describe, especially without giving spoilers as examples. But let me say this. The movie obviously looks very good. It doesn't look as good as one of the episodes 7 to 9 or one of the other bigger movies like Rogue One or whatever. It looks a bit more like the TV show. And to me, that wasn't a problem at all. I just want to mention it. So the CGI, the whole effects, everything looks a bit like a double or triple episode, like a season finale. And again, that's not bad. Actually, I kind of like it because some of the effects, I give you an example that you will see in the first 10 minutes. You will see a couple of walkers, and you might have seen them in the trailers as well. And those walkers are moving a certain way, and it almost looks a bit like the old Ray Harryhausen stop motion to me, or the old movies. If you look at Return of the Jedi with the Ewoks and the walker there, it moves a certain way, and this is the case here as well. I personally like it. To me, it offers a nostalgic feeling, but some people might say this is not very up to date. But hey, that's up to you to judge. Like I said, fans will be very happy. Star Wars fans will be very happy with this movie because there are a lot of cameos. There are a lot of characters that are used that we know, that we love, or even like expansions, descendants of characters we might not love but think that are interesting, and I think that's a good thing. So you need to keep your eyes open, and like I said before as well, it's not a bad thing if you don't know those. So I can probably take my whole family. My kids might know some of the characters, my wife probably won't, but it doesn't matter, it's still a fun movie. Sigourney Weaver as Colonel Ward obviously is a big one, and you will see her in the first couple of minutes. Seb Aurelius, you will see him in the first couple of minutes as well. We know him from Rebels, and I think in Season 3 you saw him at the Adelphi base once, and that is pretty cool to see him in this movie helping the Mandalorian and Grogu. And there are a lot of others, not only characters but cameos as well. Filmmakers who eternalize themselves in this movie, and overall it feels like a small family get together, if I may say this. Like I said, small story in a big universe, which I really, really like. So, is it worth watching? Personally, yes. I wrote a review for IGN as well. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I'm not gonna do a number here, which is a thing that I don't really do in my video reviews, but honestly, I really enjoyed The Mandalorian and Grogu. From the spectacular intro, which drops you into the action, until the end, with the little slower pace in between here and there, with the cool extra characters, with, the moving from planet to planet sometimes, again, without spoiling, it's a bit difficult to explain, but the Mando and Grogu are on different planets, different little smaller adventures, one leads to the other, and that is very enjoyable because we get to experience and feel a very nostalgic feeling Star Wars movie. And a good, funny Star Wars movie that focuses on the characters it needs to focus on and keeps it there and doesn't want to be anything else except for what it needs and wants to be, and that is good. So I enjoyed The Mandalorian and Grogu very, very much. I hope you will as well. Let me know in the comments if you saw it, if you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you saw it. Keep it a little bit spoiler free if possible. And you didn't enjoy it, and maybe we can come back to that, or you give me like an overall impression why you didn't enjoy it without giving specific spoiler details. That would be nice. Stay healthy, folks. Stay frosty. If you enjoyed this review, I do movie reviews often because I get to attend the press screenings of certain movies, and I write for IGN as well. And sometimes I put them on the channel if I think it's relevant. And I think Star Wars, obviously, is relevant for the Nerd and Proud of It channel. So stay healthy, stay frosty. Thanks a lot for listening. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment. Really helps the video and the channel. And I talk to you next time. Bye, folks.